Alright, now we're gonna talk about Mongolia. Let's see what we can see about this country. Well, they have pretty much two neighbors, Russia and China. And you think these two countries not gonna influence you? Well, wait and see. Now, population, well, I would say for such a big country it's pretty good, I would say, but still, it's room for the better. Unfortunately, it's on the up trajectory and the growing rate is pretty much all over the place. So we can see in 1955 there were roughly not even 1 million people with a growing rate about 1.6%. That would translate roughly in 13,000 people. Migration, zero. Very good. Median age around 22 years old, 23 years old, and a fertility rate of nonsense 6. Good luck with that. Urban population around 25%. Now, 2025, the population grew, look at this, at 3.5 million, which is fucking insane. Yearly change around 1.2%, and that will translate roughly in 41,000 people. Migrants, 79. I don't know where they get those numbers, but they have 0008379. It's like a phone number or something, I don't know. Median age around 27 years old, fertility rate a bit more manageable at 2.6, but still a bit high in my opinion. Urban population around 67%. That would roughly translate in like 2/3 of the population living in an urban area, and another 1/3 of the population pretty much in countryside, in the mountains, in a tent. We're gonna see that in the fields. Now, probably the population in this country should be around 100,000 people, but hey, there is the funeral. I don't know what to say about that. Now, 2050, the population is gonna still going up around 4.5 million people, which is insane. The roughly the translated needle changing around just under 0.9%. That would be like 38,000 people. So again, those increasing numbers, they're not huge, but they're gonna tell a story later in the video. Migrants, well, sometimes 35, sometimes minus 320, sometimes plus 1,000, sometimes minus 253. So all over the place, I would say. Median age is go a bit above, they're around 32 years old, not high, but still they go below the replacement for the first time, which is not exactly below, but 1.99 is pretty much basic too, which is kind of in the replacement area, but still. Urban population, they're gonna go just a bit up around 70%, so not that much increase. Now the life expectancy pretty high, 72 years old, I would say very high. Females around 77 years old and males around 68 years old, so quite a difference, but still probably the male population in more closer to the normal. I would say the normal average should be around 60 years old, especially with technology that we have now. If in the future they say we're gonna pretty much give you a pill and you're gonna feel like 20 years old until you are 8 years old or stuff like that, or 90, and gonna look the same, yeah, that's gonna be pretty much, and you have actually something meaningful in your life and you have something to live, that's gonna worth living. But otherwise I don't see the point, but that's probably just me. Infant mortality rate around 8.6 and death under age of 5, 10.6. Huge number. That shows the medical system, it's pretty much non-existent. I don't want to say non-existent, but it's in big trouble. Now, pyramid population, you can see here male surplus like pretty much any other country. In nice shape form. Look at this, the base getting narrow and narrow. We can see that decrease, not decreasing population, but at least a stable. You can see for 41,000, and then they're gonna go just a bit down, but then they're just pretty much up. So you're not gonna see that much growth to population, but still they growing, which is gonna see a problem. Now, other data. Oh, look at these guys, are pretty nice. What else can they do? Economics. Well, economics, they don't do that well, I have to say. Look at it. For a population of 3.5 million people, they have a GDP around 23 billion, which is pretty much nothing for a country. There are more billionaires with that kind of money. 67 billion PPP, which is again not that much. The growing rate, yeah, when you have some low numbers, you're gonna have big numbers in growing, like 7.4, 5.5, 7, and yeah, it looks great, but it's not like you have a 7% increase in GDP from 1 trillion nominal economy. So yeah, that's gonna be a problem, I would say. Per capita, it's around $6,600, which is pretty much nothing, and the PPP around 20,000, so not that much there either. Pretty much anything goes to China, 82%, I would say, and also Switzerland. I was interesting why they export in Switzerland. I didn't check that much, but I think it's this Kashmir one. I guess the luxury goods. I'm not sure, but it's like that's kind of the only thing that the European will buy it, especially in that 10%, which is huge quantity, I would say. But we're gonna see that corruption index. Well, if we thought the The Kazakhstan is bad. Well, let's check Mongolia, and Mongolia is gonna be a very hard to let. Let's see where we can find it. Mongolia right here, 33 score, which is extremely low, extremely low. So yeah, a lot of corruption there. So if you want to start a business there, well, good luck with that. Now the history. Well, as you can see here, Mongolia is pretty much making sandwich between two hugely communist countries. One ex-communist country, an ex-Soviet, and the other one a Chinese communist. And you can see they are pretty much keep their independence, I would say, for this USSR time, but you have to keep in mind when you have that close to those countries, those two countries, and the influence is gonna be pretty much there. It doesn't matter what you do. So I expect to see a lot of communists building in this country, but we're gonna see that right now. Let's see exactly how those people live, because this is the main event of the video. Now I'm gonna start here in the south. I'm interested in those deserts. Let's see how nice they are or how bad they are. I hope they're gonna be a good quality. Yes, we have a good quality. This is a tire, and they make half a pipe or something like that from a tire. Yeah, pretty high tech, I would say. They have some green, which is good. Have a tripod there. We have a pipe. Oh, that's a modern pipe, let's call it like that. In the middle of nowhere. Yeah, keep in mind this is border with China, so it's a much smaller country, I would say, than Kazakhstan, but still pretty big, and they have a much less population, so that should be. Those are a nice architecture building. Those I like it, but probably in the city it's not gonna get that nice. And keep in mind, this is a country with GDP per capita around $6,000. So Kazakhstan has around $20,000. So almost 4 times bigger. So you're gonna see some huge differences, I would say. But keep in mind, also the population is lower, and that is gonna play a major role. I have no idea if this is a school or what, or just a for construction area, a school for constructors. Maybe. Let's check another one. Hopefully not from inside. Oh, it looks like camps. Probably they have some resource in the area that they exploit, and it's gonna be one of those gas, whatever. I don't think it's oil, but it could be gas, oil, whatever they have here. Clearly they build a base around it, and now they exploit it, which is always a good thing. Wow, expensive car here. I don't see that $6,000. Still, probably they just paid by the company, I would say, but yeah, those are expensive cars. Or who knows, maybe the major population just living in the tents, and the rest of them are just using the money. I don't know. That could be also a thing. Wow, road pretty good, especially to China. And it looks like one of those Arab roads, which is kind of a compliment. They still building nice roads, and this is border with China. Now this is China, and those are housing, I guess. I hope, I don't know. This is a border with China 100%. Let's check this angle right here, what it is. Oh, that's a nice capture there, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what resource this country have, but judging by those looks, I would say gas and oil. I don't know. It doesn't even matter that much. I mean, I have 6,000 per capita. It is what it is, I guess. The countryside, well, they look pretty good. This is it looks like Africa to me. You can see here, just bam, this is Africa. No, it's Mongolia. You have that low number, 6,000. Well, how much you can do with that money, I have no idea. But let's check this one. In the mountains, look at this road. The roads are impeccable, I have to say. Just look at this. This could be US, this could be America right here. Right there, boy. That could be American land. Let's go in the mountains. I want to see the mountains. They have a road in these mountains. What is the elevation? Oh, not exactly a road, but 2,700 meters. Ooh, pretty high. Flat lands, pretty much. In that area, they still have mountains. Boom, look pretty nice. Pretty good, pretty good. but I want to see something on the peak of the mountains. I want to see high elevation mountains. I want to see, that's pretty much borderline there, but still. Ooh, 3000 meters, look at it, it's a drone, 100%, yeah. This is how the glacier moves. See, very nice. Probably you're gonna have, in those countries, most likely you're gonna have a much better life living outside the cities, but God, we have to check a city. Oh my God, we have to check this. I think it's more like a town, but ooh, expensive car. V8s, we have Toyota V8s, which is pretty interesting. Keep in mind, this is a country, the population going and going. Look at this, going up. So don't expect things getting much better than it is right now in the next 25 years. So fortunately, it is what it is for them. It doesn't even work in that direction for some reason. Doesn't even work. What is happening here? Such a bad way to start. Phew, let's check this one. Yeah, much more clear. Have a car wash here. This is pretty much 1700 meters, and that in what month? It's July. Okay, it's July, it's summer, but it looks like it's very cold outside. You have some legs there. Yeah, the road missing there. Here, when it's so much traffic, the road is pretty much fucked up. So yeah, you can see more people in one area, they're gonna get fucked up everything. It's just the way human works. Oh, we have those top lights with counters. That's interesting. You can raise them. Yeah, housing doesn't look great at all. I have no idea if those are even houses. Yeah, it could. Nah, it's just a container here. It's not a house. But those one, they are houses. Don't look that well. They have fences. The big money spenders probably cost more than some houses here. Definitely cost more than that house right there. Yeah, doesn't look that great. But again, it's not one of those main towns and something like that. It's just how those people live in this area. And we're gonna check it. Let's see this one. The road still fucked up. At least they have a bit more land here and a nice landscape. Okay, they have a nice view. They don't have a home that well, but they have a nice view. That's equally as important, I would say. It could be like some of the houses look a bit better than others, but still. Keep in mind, this is a area when population is still going up. A country, population is still going up. So this is look a bit like Africa in some ways. A lot of garbage here. I don't like it. The road in this area looks a bit better, so probably not that many people just use it. See, immediately when you have a lot of people in one area, it's gonna get fucked up everything. It's just our human instinct. Just destroy everything we touch. This one is not even a road, it's just a dirt road in the mountains, but it looks pretty good. Oh, we have some huge river there. That's interesting. Yeah, it's right there, baby. What else? Let's look for a city, a town. But first I want to check this one. Okay, it's just 3 roads split in different ways, and the road looks pretty good, I have to say. Especially, like I said, those roads are not when they are not close to humans, look pretty good. Those who are close to humans, fucked up entirely. Oh, we have one of those tents already. We have a motorcycle, we have a horse, we have a car. You have 3 ways of transportation in one area, and no one around it. So this guy probably, I want to say living the dream, because not that much dream to live in a tent. But if you move that tent and don't stay in one place, probably it's gonna be much better. At least you get to see things, you know, not living yourself in one area in a not even a house. That's why you buy a house or you build a house, to live in one area. If you live in a tent, at least you should move around every few weeks. I want to go outside the country. Let me check this out. Okay, we have a huge city, probably the main one, I don't know. Now let's see how these people live. Kind of a difference between that guy in a tent and this jungle right here. It's urban jungle. Jungle. Yeah, big buildings, not my thing. At least some of them are from glass, so that's half a point better than the concrete. These fences, not a big fan, but probably, who knows, maybe the president lives there, we know. But it should take more, much better care of that fence. Ooh, expensive car. I think it's Chinese car. It's a Giri or something. That expensive car we have here. People around the world moving there. Those apartments building, yeah, not a big fan. The same communist buildings, era, type, construction, whatever. New cars. I don't see how those people make just 6,000 per. No way. It's not exactly a one-to-one translation, but that 6,000 is gonna show you how those people live. But I don't know. They looks like they have much. Okay, they have a lot of Toyota Prius. They have a lot of hybrids, a lot of Toyota SUV, which they are expensive. I expect to see much. Okay, this type of building is pretty much horrible, but car-wise, they doing pretty good. I don't know. Maybe they buy them on the cheap side. I don't know. Much cheaper than we buy in here in Europe. Look at this. Look how they build it. It's just fucked up building construction. I don't know why they still allow them to be like that. But again, it's a growing population in the country. So, we're gonna see a lot of those. Yeah, and you can see a lot of those. But yeah, oh my god, that's fucked up. When I look at the cars, they are expensive cars, I would say, not that cheap. I have no idea how much money the average guy makes here, but it has to be at least 1,000 euros or $1,000 to just even thinking buy one of those expensive cars. Not even that, it's enough for those Toyotas. That's like 15,000 at least for a second-hand one. My god, look at these buildings. They're clearly a communist architecture. And blue, look at it, so kitsch. Just fucked up. And this is the old one. Yeah, the old way of building. And this is the new one. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. And in a few years it's gonna look probably worse than that. So yeah, good luck with that. Oh my god, just no. Stop building like this. It's fucked up. I guess we lost Mongolia too, at least in the urban area. It's not much you can do there. Let's check this one. Yeah, nothing exciting about these areas, about these cities. Again, with those way of building. It's an apartment building. At least it's not that tall. I give you that. But what kind of business can you make in those countries? I mean, clearly you have some people to sponge off, but still. It's like how you build the future when you have, my god, something like this. Oh my god, this is pretty much like a village from 1600s. Oh god, look at this, how fucked up those people live, and how that guy with a tent live. Yeah, they have tents here, that's why they live probably. It's gonna be a much better life with that guy. Look at this, how many cars they have here. Toyota. They love Toyota in those regions. A lot of garbage here. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that guy in a tent was 10 times better than those guys. If I was them, probably I would embrace that life, that type of lifestyle. There is no way you can actually live worse than this. And you still already live in a tent on the land, so yeah, just better living in the wild. That was looking much better. Otherwise, yeah, life is hard. It's just the way it is, I guess. CNG, methane. Nobody refuels there. Architecture wise, yeah, not even close. But I don't know, probably if you visit Mongolia, they're not gonna show you these areas, so that's why I am obligated to show you. I have no idea what type of car this guy using for these 360s, but I bet it's gonna be a Toyota Hilux or something very stable, very tough. Yeah, look at this yard. It's just, nah, no, not even close. Not even close. And keep in mind, let's make a comparison. I just struck my mind. Do you remember the video that I make about Greenland? It kind of gives me the same vibe, but Greenland was much better. I mean, like, just look at that video and compare them. How those houses was, how those planning was. It's just, and it was pretty random in Greenland too. It wasn't like, probably they have a building code there, a much better one, but look at the difference. Compare Mongolia, that region that we saw, with Greenland. Day and night, day and night. Not even close. Not even the same universe, I would say. But it is what it is, I guess. They have much more population here than in Greenland, and yeah, you can see that. Otherwise, yeah, it feels on one side it feels like poverty, and the other side, when you look at those cars on the road, in my opinion, those are, like I say, start, at least for Europe. Maybe here it's gonna be much cheaper. I don't know. Maybe they get them for free. Who knows? But those are expensive cars. I mean, like 5,000 for a second-hand one, 10,000, 15, 20, 25,000 for those Toyotas, maybe even more. Those are extremely expensive. Even as a European, I don't have the money to buy one of those. And clearly, I don't know exactly. Maybe the Mongolia have more money than Europeans, but the way they living in those areas, and look how many they are. I mean, it's not just one or two. You have these uphill villages closer to the main city. Look at this, how big they look, like favelas from Brazil. This is another vibe, like, give me that favela vibe. It feels like everybody, oh my god, look at this car. It feels like, again, a lot of Toyota. They just love Toyota here. A lot of those people, they just came to the city close. Probably they work in, but even the city is not that big. They work in some area in the cities to just make a bit more money, and probably they're gonna have a much better life in the wild. We're gonna check that immediately, because this is gonna give me some extremely bad vibes here. They like Kia too, I guess. But again, Toyota, Suzuki, anything Japanese, it's great for them. Those buildings still fucked up. Those one, congratulations, pretty much fucked up your life. A lot of cars, look at this, how crowded those people live. I don't know how those government just let them live like that, but probably they sponge off a lot of taxes from them, and that's why they let them doing that. But clearly that's not a great government, no matter where it is, not just here in Mongolia, pretty much. Look at this, on all architecture, how nice it is. And right next to it, a fucked up one. A really fucked up one. Congratulations. And they say, oh, we're gonna make those small arches, gonna get more traditional, more authentic. No, it doesn't. You just look at this. This one's great. This one fucked up. Just the way it is. Yeah, let's go outside. It just got extremely depressive here. Don't want to see it. Hopefully, let's see this one, something better. So compare that fucked up land with this one. Look at those guys. I don't know exactly what they're doing there, but it looks much better way to live there than just in that extremely crowded city. But I mean, who knows? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the crazy one. But look at this. Those houses are not nothing great, but at least you have this. Please tell me that's not the toilet. Looks pretty good otherwise. Oh, we have some roads here. Oh, let's check this one. Have a bridge even. Wow. Oh my god, look at this. It doesn't clean that much. I don't know exactly what car is this, but it's a tough one, I have to say. Yeah, whoever lives here has a car. I don't think someone lives here. It's just like national park or something. It looks like that to me. I don't know. I have no idea what they say there, but it looks to me like a national park. They cover faces. Ooh, they keep some privacy here. We didn't see that. I think in Kazakhstan I didn't see that. We're going closer to Russia. Yeah, like I say, in outside here probably it is much better place to live here. Just put a tent here. You already live in a tent in a city, so there's no much difference between them. And they still multiply themselves. They still have a growing population for whatever reason, I don't know. And probably it's gonna be in those urban areas, which again, I cannot understand why you wanna make more kids when you're living like that in that trashy situation. Good luck in the future with them. They're not gonna get that much. But I guess it's just social pressure, as always with those old generations. But now we're talking about the new one. What social pressure is with this one? Probably they still didn't advance that much. Who knows? But yeah, living outside the towns, the cities, whatever the fuck they call it, it's a much better place to live. Now, I have no idea what is this. It's some food here and some carcasses here. And a lot of garbage, I would say, or those flags, whatever it is. Doesn't look pretty at all, but probably some religious things to do. Who knows? Doesn't look that appealing to me, I have to say. We have something here. Where are the mountains? Let's check the mountains. Where are the mountains? The mountains has been this region. Oh, let's check this one. We have even a lake here. This is gonna be a better place to live, 100%. And it is 100% a much better place to live. Oh, they don't have cover faces, but still. Yeah, much better. Much better. Let's check the mountains. We have quite a healthy 360s to check, so not a huge one, but still pretty decent. And these guys look like they had all those old cars. Look like tourists. Not sure if they are local or forest or foreign, but they look like tourists to me. Yeah, I don't know. Visit Mongolia after we saw what's happened there in those cities. Probably not a great idea. Ooh. Oh, look at these guys. See? In a tent. Those live much better lives than we saw in those cities. Much better life. Phew. Let's check this one. Well, the land is nice. Even those people live much better than they don't have concrete, let's say. It feels more like Alaska to me. But, oh my god, maybe it's too many. No, it's too many to live better here. No way. Scratch that. Scratch that. Too many people. Too many people. Too many people live in those areas. Doesn't look that great. But at least they have the same portion of the land for whatever reason. But none of them just built something. Probably that 6,000. They have a new house. That's interesting. Probably that 6,000 per year is gonna translate in something, and you can see it right here in what it's translating. But there are other people, like I say, have those expensive cars. How those people can afford? But it doesn't matter, like I say, where you are. Always gonna have rich and poor people. What elevation we are here? 3,500 meters. Okay, pretty high, and it gets higher than that. Whew. See? Mongolia should have a population about 10,000 people, I would say, to just doing well. Otherwise, I don't see it. I don't see it bigger than that. And look at this now. That's a nice landscape, right? Oh, this is some horses here, and somebody rides them. That's a nice place to put your tent. Maybe a bit too high. I don't know. I never go that high with a tent. When I was a kid, I was going that, but not for long. It's nice to live there for a few days, maybe a week or two. I think I stayed the most 2 weeks. After that, you need to move. Oh, look at those people just enjoying the life, see? All those old cars, just those Soviet ones. Yeah, it's enough for me. See how much doesn't matter. They're gonna live between those two communist countries, gonna influence you no matter what. You're not strong enough. You don't have people in power strong enough to not get influenced about them. It is what it is. Human greed. You have to love it. Yeah, in the mountains here in the west, Mongolia looks much better. I have to say. And those 360 actually are good quality. Look at this. Those people living a much better life. And these are some sort of houses. I have no idea what those are. But clearly they live a much better life here. How much poorer can you be than that guy that live on the hill close to the city with living in a tent in his own yard with no house, no solid house? Probably doing better here. So yeah, why not going here in the first place, or moving here for somehow make a make a sacrifice, who knows. Pretty nice, I have to say. In those area, look at this, those here in the west part much better. There in the city, I don't even remember what that was. I don't even want to go back then. It was pretty fucked up. Here in the west, pretty nice. You have desert, you have mountains, you have lakes. Again, it's a landlocked country. If I didn't mention that, I mention it now. Much better. Look at this, much better place to live in this western part. And the capital calls Ulaanbaatar. Not a great name. Let's see this one. Oh, they have some mountains there, and then you have the lake. Have the mountains there, and then this guy needs a white top. And those are expensive car. Toyota. This Toyota in Europe costs like at least 15,000 euros. A second-hand one, not even a good one. And this Mitsubishi is gonna be like maybe half a price. So those are expensive cars. Those people are not poor, 100%. Or maybe they buy them for cheap. I don't know. Again, for me it's pretty strange, because those are expensive cars in Europe, and also expensive to maintain, expensive to fuel. They have big engines. Maybe the fuel is not that expensive here, who knows. This one is pretty nice. Yeah, I think with Mongolia we kind of see it. If I give them a grade, a ranking is gonna be like a 3. That what we saw there in the city was just horrible. This one probably looks much better, but not much. Look at it, they still have a tent outside. Probably they're living there, who knows. No concrete whatsoever, so good luck with that when it's rain. That's a small village here. You can see the same. Look at it, they have a tent, they have the fence with why they build those fences, I don't understand that. Just they have so much space around them. Just go live outside there. You don't need to spend the money on a fence. You can see from above, maybe you get some luck. Yeah, you can see from, look at this, they have those fences here. Just what's the point, just living? Look at this. Yeah, I don't understand that. They have a bit of the land, which is good, but look at this, how much land they have. They are around it. So the weird choices that human made to live in a way that it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But we're still doing it. Yeah. We ended where we started. What I can say about this country? Well, again, the tourism area is pretty far from Europe. It's not that much you can see here than you cannot see in Europe, and clearly you don't see those urban areas that want to pretty much run away. Yeah, it's nice to visit it. It's nice to make those 360 those videos on YouTube to just check it. But right now, after I see this, I have no desire to visit this country bigger than I have it before. So yeah, probably if one of those guys, they want to visit every single country in the world and trying to see the tradition in that country, that's worth it probably. But if you just want to see, I don't know, get a vacation, get some relaxation, don't want to worry about that much, I don't see it here. It's just not for me. Here in Kazakhstan, the same story. Europe, look at this, much better place, especially the west here in the south, much better place to live, to make a vacation, and also to live. Yeah, if you live in Mongolia, I highly doubt that you watch my videos, but I'm curious how exactly the life is there, because what I saw, it doesn't look that great. Doesn't look great at all.